Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Meteorologist Gabe Meaner here with a look at your Mississippi Live weather forecast at 10. It's been a fantastic day all the way around, but we do have quite a sight to show you.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Sorry about that. Meteorologist Gabe Meaner here. Again, just breaking down what we had today. It was a fantastic day all the way around. Forgive me for some technical difficulties in the back. We are on day 2 of this brand new project, but we do have a great site that I want to show you guys that took place over in Bolivar County. What you have is a Landspout tornado, and I know that you look at this and think, oh my word, how's that happening with blue skies in the background? We're not in the Midwest. Well, we aren't. But the reason why this is happening is because you do have a Landspout tornado forms near the ground. And so you have that converging wind at the surface that starts to rotate just a little bit aloft. So you can see that funnel reaching a couple, I would say 100 feet off the ground, but it's not going to be anything that's damaging, very short-lived, and so not a threat for us. Thank you to Cade for submitting that video. But yeah, it's not something that we need to be too stressed out about. I mean, that's just basically, it was a dry day today, a calm day today, and those Landspout tornadoes that form, they're not going to be part of a rotating thunderstorm. Those form from the cloud down to the ground, this one on the ground, so not anything to worry about, but still quite a spectacle to see. Today, what we're tracking is a red, white, and blue sky forecast for your 4th of July. Mugginess returning coming this weekend, and rain chances, they pick up coming next week. So it's going to be quite an eventful weekend, but luckily we do stay dry when it matters most. Looking outside right now, this is a live look in Greenwood. Thank you to the North Mississippi Storm Chasers for providing that camera over in that area. 79 degrees right now, so those cooler temperatures, and I'm saying cooler with a grain of salt because we are in July, and 79, that is cooler, especially at this time of night. So again, we're enjoying it. We're soaking in those last moments of it before that heat does return. We mentioned cool temperatures, 73 in Mabin, so that shows you a little bit of what we've seen across the region. Just been an enjoyable day all the way around, and even here in Tupelo, 77 degrees, feels like value 79, so that dry air still kicking in and still keeping it a comfortable forecast for our Thursday night and heading into our July 4th Eve, that's what we'll call it. Mississippi Live Weather Radar showing you basically nothing on radar right now. And that means those calm, clear conditions that are a result of that high pressure center and that frontal boundary pushing south. We're still enjoying the effects of that even, what has it been, 72 hours now that we've gotten to enjoy this absolutely phenomenal forecast. I will say, looking at satellite, the cloud cover has diminished as well. So any folks that are looking to shoot some fireworks tonight, I know we've heard a couple out in the area. So it's a good forecast to do so, but if you want to wait till July 4th, don't worry. We'll have great weather conditions for then as well. Let's expand that out just a bit, and I'll show you where that cloud cover is happening. And for folks that went to the beach, I am so sorry about that because that forecast has not been as spectacular as what we've had here in Northeast Mississippi. Even back in Texas, Louisiana, you're seeing a lot of that cloud cover sticking around. That's going to remain south and west of us, so fortunately not seeing those effects here in Northeast Mississippi. So your day planner, going to be a beautiful forecast all the way around. 72 for the start, 94 as we reach peak heating in the afternoon. So we said they're warming up. Oh, they are with some vengeance. We're seeing a 5-degree temperature swing from what we saw this afternoon. Let's talk about Futurecast just for a bit, and I'm going to expand things out for the start of it to show you guys really what we're seeing. Further towards the south, this frontal boundary that's developed across portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, that's where the moisture has stuck around for the most part. This high pressure bringing us that dry air. So for everyone north of that front, that's where we've gotten to see a really enjoyable forecast all the way around. As we keep it going into the overnight hours, that frontal boundary continues to just remain pretty stagnant there in southern Mississippi, keeping the moisture down there and honestly not affecting us at all for at least the start of our 4th of July, and honestly all the way around. When it kicks in, we'll be further into next week, and that'll be a whole other system, but we're talking about those rain chances. So when we look at low temperatures tomorrow morning, still a comfortable start to the day. Not every day that you wake up in July and temperatures are starting in the upper 60s, so enjoy it while you can. But heading further into the day, that's where the heat just starts to rise, that sunshine warms up the atmosphere, and it's going to become a bit more uncomfortable, dare I say, as we enter towards our Friday afternoon all the way around. You see by noontime still, just expanding it out again, I want to show you guys a look at that frontal boundary. I'm not seeing that reach anywhere close to our area. I know it's right just south of Itala County, but that's really as far north as it will get. And so a lot of that moisture remains down along the coastal regions, and we still see those dry conditions across northeast Mississippi even by noontime. Further into the afternoon, that frontal boundary just does not move. It stays right where it needs to be, and that's away from us. And that means no rain chances in our Friday afternoon forecast. Beyond that, into the evening, I know this is what folks are paying attention to. The dry conditions, yes, they do stick around. A lot of that moisture that we see over in Alabama, maybe a few sprinkles over there in our far northwest Alabama counties, but even that's a stretch because of how dry of an atmosphere those are entering into. So I really do see a dry forecast coming up, and honestly, over the next couple of days, you do see those hot temperatures kicking in and more rain chances on the horizon. We're breaking down that entire threat and really that Mississippi mugginess that we'll get this weekend. All of that coming up in 60 seconds.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. We knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy.
Welcome back, and I hope you're enjoying this great day that we've had across northeast Mississippi. Still sitting at about 77 degrees there in Blue Springs. Feels like value's not too much more than that, just a result of that dry air. But taking a look outside, I was getting some of these cameras and hoping that we'd see a firework or two. Folks in Blue Springs not pulling through with the firework forecast. So if you want to launch some fireworks, you are in a good time to do so, as we do see clear conditions across the region. And it's not just there in Blue Springs. We're also seeing that over in Smithville. Monroe County coming in with plenty of clear skies. That night sky just absolutely popping off. Temperatures continue to be in the mid to upper 70s. So folks in Monroe County, same boat as Union County. You are good to go for launching any fireworks or just enjoying any nighttime plans. And if you're not including those two counties, don't worry, same forecast goes for you. Storm Track Doppler radar shows exactly that with a lot of those dry conditions. I apologize, Mississippi Live Weather Radar showing exactly that with the dry conditions across the region. That frontal boundary pushing the moisture to the south like what we were talking about earlier, and high pressure really influencing our atmosphere as we speak. Expanding things out, I want to show you where that moisture is taking place, and it doesn't take long to see it. Out there in Texas, Louisiana, even out towards coastal regions here in Mississippi and Alabama, seeing a few of those isolated showers pop up. So if you know of anyone that went to the beach and you were jealous of them, well, you don't need to be jealous anymore because you're in a much drier environment for your 4th of July. And so a lake day, a pool day, that's where you need to be to enjoy your 4th of July. Our day planner for tomorrow shows those temperatures just climbing and climbing, unfortunately. 72 for the start of the day, and by the time we reach towards the afternoon, we're going to see anywhere from 93 to 94 degrees where we top out across northeast Mississippi. But it doesn't end there. we do start to see those heat index values climb as well. So Futurecast is going to walk us through exactly that. It's not really what's happening in the sky we need to worry about initially, it's what it feels like on the ground. So overnight tonight, heading into your 4th of July, those dry conditions continue to remain in place like we talked about earlier. Maybe a few wispy clouds moving in across southern portions of North Mississippi, but overall I would say this is as good of a forecast as you can get for a early July day. Low temperatures tomorrow morning, upper 60s, low 70s like we talked about earlier. It's not every day that we get temperatures this low, so we need to enjoy it even though we have had it for a couple of days now. So those cooler temperatures, not in the extended forecast, unfortunately. Things do start to ramp up temperature-wise. Beyond that, Futurecast shows those little minimal cloud cover. I mean, that's honestly a stretch of the word because of how dry and how clear it'll be across the region. By noontime, we do see a few of these green blips popping up. Overall, I would say it's too dry of an environment for these to develop. We had the same output on Futurecast yesterday, and nothing really developed today in the form of rainfall. So that just shows that it's a bit over-projecting in regards to those rain chances. So I would take that with a grain of salt as we head into our early afternoon on our Friday. By the time we reach towards mid-afternoon, we do continue to see those possibilities that a few showers down around Itala County, Winston County, and Noxubee County, but I honestly would go ahead and keep those plans outside and enjoy what you're doing for your July 4th holiday because those shower chances are so minimal and honestly minimal to zero. For the majority of us here in North Mississippi. 6 p.m., those dry conditions move on out, but I want you to pay attention to what moves in behind me. And that's going to be a few of those showers and storms down around northwest sections of Alabama. Could we see a few stretch into northwest counties? Yes, but honestly, that's a stretch as well because that's attached to a tropical system down in Florida. And so those bands of moisture are moving into our area, and that's where we could get a few of those isolated showers in far western sections of Alabama. Temperature-wise, though, there's your story. And let's go ahead and walk through that. Low to mid-90s across the region, but those feels-like values, they're going to be toasty. Triple digits in some parts, including Greenville, 99 Greenwood, 98 there in Grenada, and we're seeing mid-90s back here towards northeast sections of Mississippi, Tupelo, Amory, and Houston. So it's going to be toasty, much more toasty than what we had today. And that's the only note we need to have for our 4th of July forecast. It's going to be a perfect firework forecast. Skies stay dry and clear, which is what we want. But it will be noticeably warmer with mugginess returning. 94 degrees by the afternoon will be a noticeable difference from what we've had today. Futurecast into the rest of our July 4th holiday. If you're a late firework launcher, it's going to be a great forecast then as well. So really no time of night is a bad time of night for fireworks to happen for our 4th of July. I mean, how many times can we say that? That's a great thing. It's exactly what we want for our 4th of July. Beyond that, into your holiday weekend, we do see the dry start to the day, but by noontime we have gotten several projections showing some isolated development with these showers developing by early to mid-afternoon. Those continue to stick around well into the late afternoon as well and early evening before fizzling out heading into our Saturday night. So those showers not sticking around forever, but we do need to have that rain gear in the back seat just in case those showers pop up where you're at. That continues to stay dry into the overnight hours, but high temperatures once again remain the story for our July 4th holiday weekend. 94 Houston, 93 New Albany, 97 out there in the Mississippi Delta. But when we factor in that heat index, that's again the story with a lot of us coming in with the triple digits. Honestly, a few of these might be in a heat advisory, especially further out to the Mississippi River. So we need to stay safe, drink the appropriate beverages. We're talking about water or just things to stay hydrated. And of course, have ways of staying cool with a forecast like this. If you're heading to the lake, it's a great way to do so, staying cool. So your 7-day forecast, it's going to be a great one for your 4th of July. 72 by 7, and then we're going to be wrapping that up with the mid-90s in the afternoon, emphasizing once again that it is going to be a hot forecast. But extending that beyond, Saturday and Sunday both showing that mid-90s are sticking around for a good portion of our forecast. And then on top of that, I know it's not showing percentages of rain, but isolated chances are possible Saturday before more increased chances move in next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's where we need to have those rain jackets ready and umbrellas on standby. And honestly, by then, it's going to be a hot, muggy, and I'm going to say miserable forecast. So enjoy it, have ways of staying cool, and have ways of staying safe. We'll be live tomorrow evening for more on this forecast, so make sure to keep it here for the latest. And of course, providing you updates all throughout your 4th of July holiday. And also make sure to get the free app, Mississippi Live Weather. It's on iOS and Android, and it's free to download right now, getting the latest updates on where you're at. It can be life-saving information during severe weather and also let you know how hot it's getting across the region for your 4th of July holiday. Keep it here for the latest, like I said, and you can get all that information on Mississippi Live Weather app.
don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
One in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Any July 4th morning plans? Perfect forecast, but don't worry, you'll have a great forecast all day long. Lunchtime continues to see those high pressure conditions stick around, meaning the dry, the clear air. We're basically in this window of dry air as that frontal boundary kind of circles everywhere but North Mississippi. So North Mississippi, honestly, the place to be. Further into the afternoon,